I love being an adult music student. I loved studying as a teenager because, in my mind, the music I played was a secret language. I taught myself several instruments because I spent a lot of time alone, but I felt especially emotionally connected to the flute. I grew up in a draconian patriarchal family where my emotions and feminine self-expression were discouraged of, and I was punished if I cried. And I happened to be a girl with lots of feels, big feels. So one day, when my mother told me to stop playing a Telemann piece because it made her sad, I felt something very rare in my child. I felt heard and validated. Now, I approach music practice the same way I approach yoga. My goal in yoga isn't to achieve super flexibility and strength. I'm not ever going to be flexible in this body. It is a time for me to mindfully connect my breath to my body and take note of how I am in the world at that moment. Do I feel stiffer, have more pain, or do I feel pretty darn good? In yoga, the inhale prepares our body and mind to lengthen and open during the exhale. It is the same with playing an instrument or singing. 20 minutes of singing or practicing a wind instrument is purposeful, deep breathing. Even if you play a keyboard, percussion, or strings, your breath matters. I encourage you to breathe deeply. So, my goal in playing music is more about connecting my breath to my body and instrument and noticing what my emotions and spirit have to offer in that moment, instead of striving for perfect performance of a piece. In a world full of serious concerns, practicing music as a playful activity helps counter the overwhelming reality of our world right now. I am not focused on preparing pieces for auditions, and I'm not graded or in a hurry to master complex techniques. I find joy and humor and a reprieve of sorts in the music itself. I find out exactly how I'm feeling, and as Frank Black, leader of the Pixies, sang, "Nobody owns the pleasure of tones that belong to the guy with no ears." It's not about what other people think, it's about what we hear in our hearts and in our minds, in our soul. I play to feel an emotional connection. And when I share those musical emotions with you, it's like sharing our stories in the pulpit. It deepens our connection and widens our world with the special magic that only music can stir within us. So, what benefits would you get by adding 20 to 30 minutes of making music regularly in your life? I think of my yoga as self-care, a time to check in with my body and breath and notice how they are. Music practice is also self-care. It helps me to exercise connected rhythmic breathing and literally hear how my body and soul are doing in that moment. I always feel more grounded and centered after playing, and it allows me to create a small but powerful space to claim my own joy and levity in this crazy time.